What up? What up?
Good evening.
All right, we're live, baby.
How you doing?
Good, man. Good. Yeah.
Good to see
It's
Joe.
another episode, bro.
So excited for you. I'm excited for you, for me.
Yeah, man.
I watch it.
Absolutely.
I love it. It's a great.
We've actually been really excited to have you on the show. We haven't had a financial advisor on the show yet.
I'm the first.
So you're the first one, and hopefully the only one, right?
That's what
Right?
I'm only
We're gonna school you guys today. Well, I'm not. Jared's now.
Yeah.
But,
Definitely not me. Definitely not me.
Erez is gonna give. Actually, it's gonna be cool. It's not gonna be one of those boring episodes where it's all about money and finance and you don't know anything you're talking about. Erez has got a really good skill, and it's just really down to earth style talk to people that don't understand money, because I think that's basically what you deal with a lot, right?
Yeah. Just talking to the everyday person.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to get technical because people look. If I were to do what you do for a living, I wouldn't know where to start.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So you'd have to explain it to me in a way that I can
Exactly.
understand. So I've met so many other advisors that start getting technical with their, prospects or clients.
Mhm.
And you start talking about this and that, and
Right.
things that you just wouldn't even get, and it just,
I'm with you, man. I'm
But
with you. That's like me. I work in IT. I
yeah.
try to explain computers to people, or software breaking down how to fix it.
You try turning the computer on.
That's always the first step.
Yeah, and I'm not, look, everybody's intelligent, and
Yes,
people
of course.
understand, but when you start getting into technical things, it
Mhm.
just,
Intelligent might be a bit of a stretch.
I'm hoping they are.
Well, it's going to be a good episode. I just want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors real quick before we get fully started. Silver Ball Museum. It's a vintage arcade in Delray Beach, Florida. Awesome spot. I'm not sure if you've been.
I've seen it, amazing.
I always tell people you go there on your first date or your last date, but you may as well go out with a good time. It's a great place. They have beer and wine. It's a big place. It's 2 floors. They do parties there. A lot of corporate events happen there. As a matter of fact, Cross Country Mortgages is also planning on an event there as well.
Oh, nice.
So if you want to even get together with your work crew after work, a little happy hour, play some games.
You should
It's
get
the
some
place to
food,
be.
Right? You should type out her good food.
They got food, they got everything. Thank you, Jared. Absolutely. So do it. Get your game on,
Game on people.
Come on.
Yeah.
Silver Ball
Place is
Museum.
awesome.
It really is.
Yeah, place is great.
I had a blast. I was playing like these vintage pinball games.
Right.
They have like the
Yeah,
1950s, dude.
They have some good old
Oh
one,
my
like I think they have like Street Fighter in it
Yeah.
too. Like who's one of the old Street
And
Fighter?
Mortal Kombat.
Right, that's
like old
awesome.
school
Like,
stuff.
finish
Old
him.
school.
Yeah. It's a cool spot. Check them out. You can check them out on Instagram, Facebook, Silver Ball Museum. Obviously, Google, Siri, all that good stuff. But hit them up. They're right off Atlantic Avenue, right by the train tracks, across the tracks. So, I wanted to give a special thank you to fitness athlete and bodybuilder Nicole Spells for being on our last episode. You did a great job. We wish you best of luck. For our listeners, you could actually follow her on Instagram. You could watch her transformation and her preparation for her upcoming competitions. She's at Nicole with an H _ spells. So definitely check her out. She's an inspirational human being. She's awesome. And speaking of working out, real quick, shout out to Diamond Dallas Page, DDPY, DDP Yoga. I just started it.
Yoga?
Yes, I did. I
I was listening.
got 9 herniated discs in my back. I'm dealing with chronic pain a lot, especially with the rain and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I gotta do something different. I'm stretching, I'm not doing it right. And I hate to stretch anyway. May as well do something that's motivating and fun. And this guy, Diamond Dallas Page, former pro wrestler, WCW, you gotta check it out. The flexibility, he's got amazing success stories. There was this guy, Arthur, who was a Marine. He couldn't walk anymore. Doctors told him you'll never walk unassisted ever again. By the end of his sessions with DDP Yoga, which I don't remember exactly how much time it was, he lost like 150 pounds and he was sprinting.
That's awesome.
Pretty amazing stuff.
I did yoga. There were this one. She's an amazing teacher, but she was doing like where you just donate the money in there, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't know if it was something I really wanted to do.
Right.
And I tried it. It was just unbelievable how, you're not running, but you're doing this yoga, and like halfway through, I'm sweating.
Yeah.
My whole
Yeah.
body, like, where is this coming
Right.
from? And then at the end they do this little where it's like this sound, like some it makes like a weird sound, I don't know, like that. Yeah, that's it, I don't even know what's that.
It's time to breathe.
Yeah, they did that, it was like so relaxing, let me tell you, after I got done, I went back 4 more times,
Wow.
and then she moved her thing to Fort Lauderdale, so I didn't wanna drive there, but that's something I would definitely wanna get into.
I think it's great, you know, you're not overdoing it, and it helps you with flexibility, and you do burn calories, so what the hell, man? So, I'll be talking more about that, definitely. I just started for a week, so I don't have much to report, but I do know that I'm sore right now from doing it, so that's a good sign. But today's episode, we're gonna be discussing a man who's offended by people who cross their legs, a woman suffering a severe allergic reaction from oral sex, and much more, but, today's guest, 22 years of unblemished work as a financial advisor, super impressive. He's gonna give us tips how to budget, save, and grow your money in a way that we could all understand. Erez Libschtein.
Thank you,
Man.
Joe. Looking forward to
Gotta
this
give
day.
you the formal intro, man.
Yeah,
You
looking
know?
forward to this day, it's so exciting, man, to be part of this, but yeah, Ameriprise Financial.
Yep.
I started my career 22 years ago, as you said, not in the stock market, but in the bond market. I started at FMS, right down the street, First Miami Securities, and they just strictly did municipal tax-free bonds, and that was my start. I was first year in college, I saw an ad, a caller, but it was, you know, a really good pay per hour, and I said, wow, this is interesting, and then I got a job, did so well that they sponsored me for my 7,
Wow.
and then I moved on to Morgan Stanley,
Mhm.
like 5 years after that, and I trained at the World Trade Center in 2000.
Oh, wow.
The year before. I was on the 61st floor, was there for 2 months, stayed at the Marriott downstairs, and that was a real true experience, you know, for me, and a learning experience, because Morgan was, you know, they're
Top of the food chain.
global,
Right.
top of the food chain, and I got really good training there.
How was that working on Wall Street, you know?
You know what, that's, I was gonna say, like, my first presentation I did for Pfizer, you guys know the company
Yeah,
Pfizer. I was on the 61st floor, and I was doing the presentation to all the rookies, people like me, and plus, you know, some of the higher executives were in there to see what was going on, and, you know, 300 people in this, the whole floor was Morgan. And I'm looking out, and I can see through the window the New York skyline,
That's awesome.
and I'm going, this is, you know, like,
I can't believe I'm here,
I can't-
right?
that's, those are the words.
Yeah.
I came in here, I did the presentation,
Yeah.
did very well, and yeah, that was my real intro to finance. You know, I worked with bonds, and I think bonds was, the beginning of my career was really good because I learned the fundamentals, you know, of fixed income, which a lot of people down here in Florida, they live on that. If you retire, you want to live off your money, you don't want to go through it, and so, and plus, you have to know the fundamentals of the economy when you deal with bonds or interest rates, so you know if there's a recession, or we're in a growth cycle, so those were the fundamentals of the market for me. So when I went to Morgan Stanley, it was really exciting because I really broadened my knowledge in all of it, so. And then after Morgan, right before you guys remember the 2008 debacle, the subprime meltdown?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I,
People were jumping out of buildings,
Yeah.
windows.
You got it.
Pretty bad.
You
Yeah.
got it. Now, look, people can say, oh, they knew it was gonna happen. I didn't know, but I had a lot, like I told you, I have a lot of clients, a lot of money that, like retirees, and, you know, one of them worked for the IRS for many years, and, you know, he was like 80 something. He kept telling me, he's like, Harris, I don't like what's going on. He's like, you gotta be careful because Morgan Stanley is one of the top underwriters on that subprime.
Right.
You know, that Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, all of
Yeah.
them. All
Well,
of them.
what was that, Big Short, right, the movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
great movie.
That's
Great
good
movie,
stuff.
by the way, but
Yeah.
Great movie.
based on that.
Based on that, so, and I had a couple other, you know, clients tell me, you know, anytime anybody asks me to explain what that subprime investment was, I couldn't tell them, so I couldn't look them straight in the face and say, well, that's what it is, like a stock or a bond. I mean, it made no sense to me, so I didn't sell it, I didn't get involved in it, a lot of people did. And like I said, I had clients telling me, like, look, this whole thing looks bad.
Yeah, well, they were selling off these mortgage loans to that, what are they called, Countrywide.
Yeah.
They were putting
Countrywide,
their,
gone.
yeah, they were putting their dog's name on the application,
Yeah.
and people living squatting there for a year or 2 years in a house.
Everybody.
Remember that
Like,
Waiters side-
does Rocky live here? Rocky's my dog, who are you talking
I
about?
mean, look, you had waiters, cab drivers that had 2 or 3
Everybody.
homes throughout the country, you know, and meanwhile, you know, it's just something was not right. So in any event, I had that gut feeling, and I got a hold of a recruiter at that time, right before it really, went down. And I said, listen, something's not right here. I wanna go to a firm that has no involvement. He kinda laughed, he's like, that's not gonna be easy, because everybody's involved. Then he got back to me about Ameriprise Financial. And I said, I did the research on the company.
And why Ameriprise Financial? Because, for our listeners out there, there's a lot of different companies that you
Sure.
could work with, a lot of different advisors. So if somebody like you, 22 years in the game, unblemished record, like I said, for you to choose Ameriprise, what are the things that you look for? So if our listeners are interested, in investing money, learning more on how to grow it, they should know, like, what's up with Ameriprise? Why did you choose them?
Yeah, that's a great question, Joe, because that was really what determined where I was gonna go, was basically what company's governance was the most conservative, one that I could live with, one that, that was doing the right thing for the people, not just to make money. Look, I get it, I love capitalism, I'm an American, you know what I mean, but there's gotta be a line where you have to really just have concern for the actual clients you're dealing with, not just for your company, you know what I mean? So that when I saw Ameriprise and I did my research, like I said, their governance was far by none the top out of all the companies, because they pioneered, they started, by the way, 120 years ago.
Yeah, they've been around a long
Yeah,
time.
one of the
That's
oldest
pretty
firms.
cool, man.
Yeah, and they were part of American Express. American Express used them for their financial planning. And that's another thing, Ameriprise pioneered the financial plan. I'm not saying
Minnesota, right?
Yeah, Minnesota's
headquarters.
headquarters. They have offices in all 50 states. We manage, and administer over $800 billion. But again, the reason why I chose is because they pioneered the financial plan. They really did, or planning. So they went through all the mistakes. They just fine-tuned it to where it is today. Now every other firm is doing financial planning, but it wasn't so hot and sexy 40, 50 years ago.
You hear that, people? It's hot and sexy, man. This is
Right?
the kind of money we're talking about here. Hot and sexy money.
That's right,
Like-
like, everybody wanted that IPO,
Right.
of whatever, Microsoft,
Google.
Google. I worked at Morgan, look, I had clients there, give me that IPO, and that was one thing that Morgan Stanley did, was they were doing a lot of underwriting,
What's an IPO?
so initial public offering.
Okay, so is that something that's like a public stock?
You got it, so when it
Okay.
first comes out,
Right.
like when Facebook first came out,
Everybody
Google,
wants Facebook, right?
everybody wants, that's not before it
That
actually hits
IPO.
the
Before.
market.
Right.
So in
Where they
day
can make
one,
money.
right, so if you were my client at Morgan and I gave you 1,000 shares, day one, a particular stock, especially technology, could go up 30, 40, 50, maybe 100 points
It's like overnight practically.
that day.
Yeah.
And Facebook didn't do as well as it
No,
did, right?
it
And everybody
didn't.
thought it was gonna like blow up and
That's exactly
it
it.
just didn't.
That's exactly, I think it was 37, then it went down as low as 15 or 17,
Mhm.
and people were like,
Sell.
no, this.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, get me out. And people wanted the stock,
Right.
I actually got shares from my clients, and the ones that I got it for, they're like, oh, this is the first one you got me, and now I know why you got it for me, because it stinks. I'm like, really, and I have conversations.
Everyone wants the next Google, the next
Right.
Yahoo,
Right.
the next Apple. Like,
Yeah.
It's not that if it was that easy, everybody would do it.
Right. I talk to them now, the shares that I got them,
Mhm.
see, they're pretty happy.
Oh, I'm sure.
I had a couple that did sell when it went down to 17, and but that was their choice.
Is Uber gonna go public?
Uber's gonna go public.
They are.
They
I
are.
heard for a
Subscribe.
very, very long time that they weren't, so I'm surprised. Even with all the insurance situations,
Sure.
you know what I'm saying, but they use their own insurance, so I guess.
Yeah, I mean, look, that thing's oversubscribed, people want that like more than any other stock that's come out in the last 20 years.
I don't know if you're allowed to say what the stock's going for right now, or?
Well, no, it's
Okay.
it's not public yet.
Right, oh, okay, but
And
if it
so-
were to go public,
My valuation on that stock, I'm sure we're probably gonna see it in the, 50s, 60s, if not higher. It's not gonna come out at $20.
Right,
I can assure you that.
Yeah.
Or I could be completely wrong. I don't wanna,
right.
excuse me, I don't wanna get it wrong, you know what I mean?
You're the
But-
second person that said excuse me today. I love that. I just gotta say,
I'm so sorry.
Dana, shout out to Dana. He was
Dana.
co-hosting last week, and he bumped into it and apologized to it.
Yeah.
I love
Got
that.
feelings, you know.
Look, things have feelings, Joe.
I love it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, so, yeah, I mean, it's, that stock's gonna, people want that stock.
I think that'd be great. Now, do you think Lyft will follow suit?
I heard,
Yeah.
but this is
They-
all speculation,
Right, it's all
Joe, I
speculation,
don't
yeah.
know,
Right.
but that's the talk on the street, like I said, people want it, they're gonna come out with it, and, I mean, I don't know what you think about those companies, I think it's fun, I mean,
I think Uber's great. I mean, you're giving opportunity to people to work. You're obviously giving people opportunity to travel for cheaper, you know? And it's way more convenient than calling a cab. It's
Yeah.
on your phone. It's technology. What do we do all day? We're on our phone, on our apps, right? So, I think it's an excellent idea.
yeah, and I like it too, because you could, when you get in the car, in the Uber or Lyft, you can see the map of where you're going.
Yep.
There's a set price, it's not like, you know, when you got into a cab and they gave you the old runaround.
Yeah,
Especially
New York.
Especially New York, you know, which, you know how that is,
Yeah.
I mean.
You know, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest, in New York, you're better off taking a taxi than the Uber.
Their Ubers are all over the city.
I just did it, like,
Oh,
when I
they're
was in
all
New
over
York.
the city.
They're all over, and I think that's
too much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Well, they get picky now because they'll cancel they actually cancel rides.
And charge you, I heard.
Well, I don't know, I didn't,
Some kind of thing
well,
going on.
I didn't get charged, but what ended up happening was, we were trying to get an Uber, and I don't even know where we were going, but we were going somewhere, and, it was starting to rain out, but, the Uber, like 3-4 Ubers in a row, all canceled on me.
I had the same thing.
They look at their
Yep.
route, they wanna get a
More-
good route.
Yep, I had the same thing.
Don't be in
Manhattan.
Manhattan if you wanna get a good route, cause people,
Yep.
they're gonna wanna go 4 or 5
I
blocks.
had the
or
same
whatever.
thing, like,
You know?
I was in New York, my sister just had a baby, and we were at the hospital visiting her, and we're trying to get out of there, and my brother, and waiting in like the taxi line, and like Uber after Uber after Uber, and they kept canceling the ride,
Wow.
kept canceling, nobody wanted it, then we tried left,
Right,
nope, same thing.
yeah, it was the same thing.
Trying to get to Penn Station.
They're
would
trying
not
to
do
get
it.
airport rides, that's what they want, they figure if people leaving the hotels, they get them to
They
the
gotta fix that
airport.
glick, you know what I mean, because
It's pretty bad, so we ended up, getting in the taxi with the Arab, and that was fine, that guy was great, I mean, he did a great job. But yeah, I think Uber's a good,
Yeah,
it's a
it'll
good
be, yeah, I personally think it will be, I mean, again, you know, I was gonna talk about this a little later, but, you know, we are right now what the industrial revolution was, you know, with manufacturing,
Mhm.
we are now in the technology revolution.
Oh, yeah.
And these things that we're seeing, like, I mean, you know, I was talking to my friend in Chicago this week, I'm like, you know, we're still in that generation before we had the phones.
It all happened.
Yeah.
So
all-
yeah, I think we appreciate what we have, you know, seeing this
Okay.
this revolution, because we know what it was like before.
Yeah,
So now seeing this, you know, I can't imagine someone that was born today, you know, with everything that they have, to kind of like, if they knew what we, and there's a lot of good bad things, you know. But, you know, when we were younger, you got on your bike,
always.
your BMX bike.
All
now.
outside those.
Yeah, kids now are on that,
Yeah.
that,
They don't want
Fortnite.
Yeah.
They don't want to play video games and Snapchat with their friends.
Yeah,
That's right,
It's
that's right.
tough. I think like, you know, parents that let their kids on the phone all day long, it's no good. It's like literally sucking their brain out of their heads.
Go the fuck outside.
Yeah, just take the phone away for a little
Right.
while. Go
There has to be
outside,
some
get
Outside,
yourself
especially
out.
down here.
Yeah, leave your phone alone for a minute, you know? But I mean, technology is like anything else.
You're
It's
not
got
gonna
its
stop.
good, it's got its bad.
That's it.
But it's a runaway train. You're not gonna
Yeah.
stop at the AI technology that's out today. You know, now you have like Alexa and,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say her other name because over there, Apple, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah. But, anyway,
Well, that's where.
you start
yeah.
saying these
Yeah.
AIs could talk to one another now. They're able to actually gain intelligence from
Well,
their
that's just very
surroundings.
smart.
What about
Yeah.
diagnosis? So, you know, that Watson, IBM,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
I think they actually did this, like, so if you're diagnosed with a certain disease, God forbid, cancer, whatever it might be, you know, that Watson can pretty much look at every file case, every
Yes.
diagnosis,
Mhm.
and to match it to where it can help you,
Right.
specifically with your condition. So if somebody, let's say in, you know, Europe, has something that you had and they tried a new procedure or something new, a new drug, they're gonna have that information immediately, right there at their
Yeah.
I
fingertips.
read like 7,000 pages a minute or something like that.
That's it, I mean, that's brilliant, and that's the exciting part, that's what this revolution, that's what's happening, and the exciting part about it is investing your money today.
Mhm.
If you can imagine, right now, we're just in that infant stage. So even though if you think Google's very expensive stock, or any of the big names, Amazon, they're really not, because again, this is just the beginning. Can you imagine all what the future is gonna bring as far as products, technology? So this is not, you're not too late to the game, is what I'm saying. This is probably the most exciting part right now, because if you're, I don't care how old you are, but if you're in your 20s now and you put money in technology and have a well-diversified portfolio, it's gonna be good for your retirement.
Mhm.
It really is.
Well, you know, Spotify is another big company.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard.
I have them on my phone.
Okay, great.
Yeah, yeah.
So Spotify recently made a huge acquisition, and this is actually kind of interesting. So Spotify, obviously, you can listen to podcasts, radio. If you have a Droid, it's excellent. It's going to take over Apple as the #1 podcast platform.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
They just spent over $1 billion at acquiring Anchor. They acquired some other.
Oh, they did acquire it?
They did, yeah,
Oh,
so the
really?
interface changed a little bit on Anchor, because Spotify's gonna keep it basically the same,
Okay.
but the interface has changed with Spotify's technology. But, they spent like over $1 billion, they acquired other companies as well, and now, Apple feels threatened because Spotify is basically in the works of creating the Netflix of podcasting.
Wow.
So you actually have an app to go on and scroll through your favorite shows that you go actually watch the podcast.
Yeah.
So Spotify reached out to a guy think podcast, and I just want no.
Are we on?
We're gonna work.
Well,
I am on
it's
Spotify. No, our guy think
Yeah.
podcast is on Spotify. So, but I'd like to. I'm working behind the scenes right now, very closely with someone to actually get a guy think podcast as a Spotify original series.
Amazing.
So you know, it maybe not. We'll see. But
My episode
you never
will be
know
first.
unless you have the conversation.
My episode better be the first. No, yeah, you know, it's interesting, you know, it's
Yeah.
exciting for you, it's an exciting time now because the content that we can have at our fingertips today.
Right.
I mean, we were just talking about earlier, you know, podcasts that I like,
Right.
I love that Joey Diaz,
Oh, he's hilarious.
Church and What, I mean, I don't even watch TV anymore, it's like podcasts, and which is kind of scary, going back and investing. You know, if people have money in Netflix, I'm a little bit worried, so this is, you know, I'm not saying buy or sell anything on this show, I really, that's not something, that, you know, you can always reach out to me, I can get you research reports and we can discuss it, but Netflix worries me, because they're spending hundreds of billions of dollars.
Sure.
Meanwhile, YouTube, you know what they're spending? Nothing, and it's all about eyeballs.
Right, eyeballs and advertising.
So that's
Yeah,
it, so,
that's it.
you know, if you're Netflix and you're putting out this cash, I get they have great content, but I don't see them surviving, man.
It's tough.
You know,
they
YouTube is
have their.
it.
But here's the other thing though, the twist side of Netflix is that they have their own production company.
Right.
And they are spending big money to get people like Adam Sandler and to have these Netflix original series. And that's kind of contending with, you know, mainstream, you know, Hollywood.
Yeah, one of them was nominated for an Oscar this year.
Right.
Yeah,
So
you're right, but will it eventually go onto YouTube? I mean, is that, you know, whatever that content is, it doesn't really matter, if you're Netflix, you're still.
yeah, Netflix is going to be rights just to Netflix.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I wouldn't be able to see like Adam Sandler signed like, for example, a 5 movie deal with Netflix.
Okay.
Worth over, I don't know, probably $100 million or north of that. So he did these 5 movies, and you know, it's Netflix. That's the only place I could see that movie's on Netflix.
Yeah,
You know,
I
I don't
just-
think you can see it on DVD.
No,
It's
just
on
Netflix.
Netflix only,
Yeah.
so they have reserved the rights. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I mean, but just compared to YouTube, you know what I mean, like, I spend most of my time on YouTube, I think the rest of the world is pretty much doing the same thing.
Amazing.
I'm not trying to say anything bad about Netflix, I just, you know what I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say is the money that YouTube spends compared to Netflix, it's a little bit like, wow.
Well, and it's a totally different platform. Like, I have the freedom to do this on YouTube. I wouldn't have the freedom to do this on Netflix.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's a public, really open to the public. So
Right.
literally, whatever content you want to put out there, you can.
YouTube also has something like they have Karate Kid, whatever the new Karate Kids are.
YouTube
I
Red.
watched
Yeah.
YouTube
Not to
Red,
be
yeah.
mistaken with RedTube.
Yeah, no, that's
YouTube
completely
Red.
different.
Yeah, it's different.
No
Yeah,
kids,
no, no,
don't
no,
go
no,
on
don't do
RedTube,
it,
kids.
yes, no.
Unless you
Yeah.
want Tuggy Tuggy. If you want Tuggy Tuggy, you go on RedTube.
Right.
But YouTube Red's cool, yeah, they got the Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I've
Karate
watched
Kid
it,
remake.
yeah.
I've watched the first season.
Yeah, I know they have like a free
I wanna
trial,
watch
so
that.
I'm gonna like the end of the second season, I'll use my free trial,
There you go,
do both of them in one shot, and
that's it.
yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, it's interesting, because those companies, you know, they're laying out the money, you know, and will they be able to sustain it? I don't know. But, you know, people have done very well with that Netflix stock, I can tell you that. It's had some bumps in the road, I made a lot of money from my clients on Netflix, so, but that just concerns me, you know, but that's just the whole thing with content.
What, as far as like mergers and like, you know, there's always companies merging with each other, like how does that like affect the market or affect the people's stocks? Like,
Yeah, well, that's what we're not really seeing so much lately, but for the technology side, we do see a lot of companies just buying other companies
Right.
out. And, obviously, it's great for the person that's getting bought out.
Right, like I know like Sirius just acquired, Pandora, I know like T-Mobile's trying to buy Sprint.
Yeah, yeah, I wonder if Pandora, if that, how it's doing compared to Spotify.
Right. Spotify, yeah, I don't think Pandora has podcasts, Spotify's probably better.
That's probably why, okay, yeah, they gotta work on that, but, in the biotechnology space, you're seeing a lot of consolidation, a lot of companies buying them out, so, if you start off as a smaller company, and you've got a great product, idea, whatever it is, most likely you will get.
Right, I think AT&T bought DirecTV.
Yeah.
That's right. That's a big scam. We'll talk about that another time. So, for our listeners, advice, people that are having a hard time budgeting their money, paycheck to paycheck, or what have you, what are some good tips for people, quick tips that can kind of get them, in the right direction?
Yeah, well, I think that's where the financial plan comes into play, because when you work with an Ameriprise, with an advisor like me, what you're gonna do is, one of the first things you're gonna do is you're gonna look at your essential payments every month. You're gonna sit down with a professional, and they're gonna go do everything. And when you do that, sometimes you realize, hey, wait a second, are these some of the things I really do need? Can I afford it? You know what I mean? So what we wanna do is figure out what your essential payments are, and we wanna build a portfolio that will cover as much as we can, of those essential payments. Then your lifestyle needs, so we wanna put money away for vacations you might have planned, or a big purchase you wanna make, if not now, 5, 10, what your goals are. So budgeting is a major part of that. I've done a lot of cost cutting in my own budget, and the only way I did it is through my financial plan, because that's something, if you go on Ameriprise.com, you have an account, you can see your plan, you can see, money coming in, money going out, what's that number you need every single month, so it's really important having a financial plan. It's like having that roadmap to retirement, because the bottom line and the end game is to make sure that when you retire, you can retire comfortably and have reached a lot of your goals, but most importantly, leave a legacy, leave it to the kids or charity, whatever you want. And having a financial plan will definitely help you with budgeting your money, it really does.
So that's, you recommend speaking to probably yourself, right?
Right, you don't have to have, some people have, I don't wanna, I don't have that much, you know what I mean, but that's the reason. So if you don't have much, that's a major reason why you wanna start a financial plan, because again, we're gonna look at every aspect. We're gonna look at every tax strategy. If you never heard of a Roth IRA, that's part of having a financial plan. That's something you wanna have immediately, because that's a retirement account that you can put, if you're married, a little over 12,000, single, 5,500 a year. But the beautiful part about that is you try to max out every year. As that money grows and compounds, compound is really, Warren Buffett says, that's the power of growth. That's just money doubling, reinvesting, doubling. But having a Roth IRA, compound growth, you look at it 20, 30 years down the road, the beautiful part about it
It
is,
quadruples.
yeah,
right?
you get to pull that money out tax-free
That's nice.
on a Roth IRA. So, these things are really important for every individual, no matter how much money. You can only put in $100 into your Roth IRA, it doesn't matter. You can only max 5,500, again, if you're single, but whatever you can. These are things that a financial planner will look at and say, listen, have you set this up yet? Let's do this, let's budget. What can we put in there every month?
Right.
And so I think
That's a
very
smart
important.
move. So yeah, if somebody's paying $500-600 a month on a car payment, and they're breaking even every month, get a car that's $300 a month,
Yeah, guys.
and
yeah.
put a couple of $100 a month in a Roth IRA.
Yeah.
At least that's a good start, right?
Yeah, that's the way to do it, and there's a rule that we use, in financial planning, a compounded rule, to see, how many years it'll take your money to double if it compounds. So, I think we've talked about this for you, and we were talking about this, but you take 72 and you divide it by your average rate of return. And that'll give you how many years it'll take your money to double. If you just don't touch it, let it compound and grow. And I'm telling you, Joe, you've seen this
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
yourself, it's
pretty amazing stuff.
It's eye-opening. I opened up accounts 20 years ago, some IRAs that if you look at their statements now, and these people are like, they never touch it, and they're
sitting pretty.
yeah. And again, that's what it comes down to, every day when we lay our heads down to sleep, there's always that, wait a second,
Comfort.
yeah. And if you don't have it, you're always asking yourself that question, am I gonna have enough for the kids? Am I gonna have enough for retirement? Do I have long-term care? Will I need it? These are things that a financial plan will identify, And if you don't have it now, at least that's something we can work towards, and it's really key to having that confident retirement.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, who the hell wants to be, you know, past 62 and still working?
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I see people all the time, nice people, not knocking them.
no, of
but,
course,
You know, I'm in Publix and I get, you know, 65-year-old guys working at Publix. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but, you know, I think we all envision ourselves at a certain age in our lives where I'd love to have the financial security where, yeah, even if I wanted to work somewhere part-time just to get out of the house, I could do that, but to actually go to work at older, you know, golden years of your
just to
life,
make ends meet.
yeah, that's
It's
so.
tough to see, you know, I see security guards here where we live and in Publix, and again, never knock it, you know, if you don't work, then you're pretty much, what are you doing, you know, I mean, it's a great thing to work, but if you're, like you said, if you're making it just, if you're working just to make ends meet,
That's
at that age, it's like, it's, you know, it's not the greatest thing.
No, definitely
You know
not.
what I mean? And so
Yeah.
that's really where a financial plan comes into play as well.
Mhm.
And again, you don't have to have millions or hundreds of thousands to start one.
Mhm.
You'll get there if you do the right thing, you budget your money. And
Right.
that's another thing that we got, you know, people today, you know, we're always chasing the dollar, or chasing the newest car, the newest computer. I
Right.
get it.
Mhm.
We're all trapped in there. But you know what? Maybe it's time for people to really look within and
Mhm.
say, hey, you know, what makes me happy?
Yeah,
You
take
know?
a step back.
Yeah.
You know, take a step, yeah,
Is it a fatter bank account?
yeah,
You know, 10 years from now, will that make you happier than having the newest model of whatever?
right.
That's not gonna be style 2 years anyway,
Mhm.
and you know, you just sunk away so much money?
Right.
Again, look, everybody to their own, and I would never say any of that's bad, you know what I mean? But it's really time, I don't care what age you are, to always think of the future,
Absolutely.
and like I said, when you get to that age where you wanna retire, you're set, you have
Right.
everything met.
That's the way to go. I mean, look, I drive a Lexus, right? I'm actually, you know, the lease is gonna be up in less than a year. I'm thinking about downsizing to a much more, you know, eco-friendly
Eco, yeah.
vehicle,
Yeah.
and put that extra money in my pocket, or save it, you know?
Save it, put it away.
Put it
yeah.
away. I actually, an IRA, I think would be great too. I mean,
Roth immediately, you know what I
yeah,
mean, that's
you
something
know.
without even thinking.
I'd rather get a car, you know, my car's like $420-something a month. That's a lease, right?
Yeah.
I don't own it, so it's a depreciating
Mhm.
asset,
Right off the top,
right?
yeah.
Not even it's not even an asset. It's just depreciating value of something that I don't even own, right? I'm just giving them money every month, so say to myself, all right, well, I could still lease a car for half the price
Right.
and take the other half of that money and put it away for my future.
That's right.
That's the way to go, man.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
think, yeah,
absolute way to
it's
go.
one of the better ways, this is my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? But listen, you know, like I said, you know, if you like the nicest things in life, that's what you should, you know, set yourself to try to get. I get it, you know what I mean? If you get something expensive, you're gonna work harder.
Absolutely.
So I would never downplay it, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
by nice things in life. We all want nice houses and nice cars, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't wanna be a slave to it, is what I'm saying.
Right.
So,
Absolutely, smart.
Yeah.
I know people that drive the best cars and they're broke,
yeah,
right? And I know people that drive Toyotas, Hondas, and they got a ton of cash.
that's it.
Because they're thinking differently than everybody else, you
That's
know?
it.
And could they afford Mercedes? Sure.
Sure.
But, you know, everybody's different, like you said,
Right.
everyone's different.
Yeah, everyone's
But
different.
I'm about that money, dollar bill, yo.
That's what
I'm
they
about that money.
That's our show today.
I'm about that money.
That's the name.
So, all right,
Yeah.
that's regular people, right?
Yeah.
Working class people. Let's say higher clients, 6 figures in the bank. You know, what avenue are taking those? Because I have people that listen to the show that, you know, are business owners, very successful people. So, you know, if they're listening right now, what would you tell them at a higher level of
Yeah,
investment?
well, that's a great question, you know, and that's when tax strategies come into play. And that's where you really can't do it by yourself. You really need a team, you know, a team of accountants, professionals, because look, tax laws change every administration, it seems like.
Mhm.
And there's certain things that you can do to minimize your taxes, but most important is estate planning. You know, that's where you gotta do the planning now, because there's a death tax that something we can't avoid.
Mhm.
If you're over so many millions, and something happens to you, the government takes 50%. I think you guys remember Joe Robbie?
Right.
Mhm.
Remember the stadium
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
on?
yeah.
Miami.
Where the Dolphins played, right.
Multi-millionaire, obviously.
Mhm.
Came time for him, he passed, and no estate planning.
Oh,
So the family got hit with the with the estate tax, the death tax. So there was no more Joe Robbie Stadium,
Right.
you know what I
It
mean?
was,
Pro player.
pro players.
Right, whoever it was, but, you know, they ended up owing more money. Because like I said, the government doesn't care. If you have over so many millions, it's the estate death
The
tax.
house always wins.
My heart bleeds for him.
Yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
you're right, but you know,
Right.
that's the importance of, hey, you know what, get together with a financial planner that's
Right.
gonna look at each individual, you know, situation. Because it's not just for everybody, you know what I mean? So, you gotta look at it, because there's charitable remainder trust, it all depends on how you wanna strategize your money. And there's ways to minimize, you know, that tax hit. And it's important, you know, people with that type of money, you know, you gotta do the right thing, just because you have it all doesn't mean you're risking it all. So you wanna have a well-diversified portfolio. You know, today's market, right now, you have access to institutional money management at such a lower level than
What's
you did 20.
institutional money management?
So, you know, 20, 30 years ago, to get access to these money managers that are running your money, you know, you had to have like 10, 20 million dollars. Where today, you can get access to those same people for a lot less,
Okay.
way less. So even at Ameriprise, we have we have a platform, a managed money platform, where you can have access to specific money managers that again used to be institutional, you know, at minimums of $25,000. So
That's a huge difference.
yes, a big difference. So today, you know, for someone that has that six figures, they can really, you know, maximize their growth, their tax situation by having a sound financial plan. There's one we just did for a 401k for a good friend of mine. You know, we set up a 401k plan for his company. So these are things that a firm like Ameriprise can assist you with. It's not, and I don't even know all the answers to to some of the questions. And that's why I have such a great team, you know, one phone call away, and there's an entire team there that's gonna help me with my clients, so.
It's incredible, man.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
That's really, really cool, man. I'm excited for you. How can our listeners get in touch with you?
All right, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, if you go to ameriprise.com, or you just type in my name, it'll take you right to my site.
Okay.
So ameriprise.com, or just Erez Libschtein, I'm sure you'll post it on there.
Oh, you already posted, yeah.
Yeah, so just go on there and you can reach out to me.
Yeah, guys, go on, you actually go on the Guy Think Podcast, Facebook, or Instagram, or Twitter. Eris's information is there, you'll be able to click on the link. Also, just go on the Guy Think Instagram page, because I did a couple of posts that you were coming on.
Oh, awesome.
So,
I think I saw one of those, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it's simple as that,
Mhm.
and you know, it'll be my own page, you can see, I did it again, say sorry. Sorry, Stan. So, yeah, I mean, it's really easy to get a hold of me, and,
Cool.
you know, my cell number is also on there, so, and that's one thing about me, I answer every phone call.
Yeah, you do.
I text
You're
every
great, man. I love that about you. I know people, you could call them all day, text them all day, they'll never respond to you, ever.
So
And it's such
frustrating.
a frustrating, and it's a big pet peeve of mine.
Mine too.
But
Mine too.
I'm the same way. If somebody reaches out to me, I find the time to respond.
Especially in a
even if
professional environment, you
Of
know?
course, even if I'm very, very busy, I find time to respond.
So,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah,
my
that's
business, you know, my
Right, yeah.
business, when you're dealing with money, you know, if you don't get a call back or a response, like, why are you gonna wanna deal with me?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
when things get rough, boy, you're gonna get a hold of me.
Right,
Exactly.
And that's one thing I learned when we had that market crash.
goes a long way.
Yeah, in 2009 or 8, when the market crashed, I saw so many brokers that left the business because they didn't wanna call their clients back because their money was down. And they were just, you know, they couldn't pick up the phone, and I just said to myself, I said, my God, how could you even come into this business, you know? And these are people that work all their lives, they trust you, and we're always gonna have market corrections.
Right.
That's never gonna stop. And I think that the true test of an advisor or planner is during the rough times, when you're in the trenches, to see,
Yes.
you know, how are they gonna react, because it's really important. I mean, I made a lot, even though I lost money that year, I set up for my clients, I set up it was amazing. I bought a lot of stocks that were down. GE, International Paper, those stocks, you can look at it yourself, were down anywhere between $5 to $7.
Wow.
They hadn't seen those prices in decades. So instead of running away, I was calling my clients saying, guys, here are dividend stocks that are paying over 5, 6, 7% because the stock's down. They're AAA rated or AA rated companies. They shouldn't be down. This is when you take
Time to
advantage.
buy.
this is when, you know, there's a saying, you know, the saying in our business, you know, you buy low, you sell high.
Right.
That generic saying, you know.
What did
it's just
GE
so
end
true.
up going up to?
Well, G's in trouble now, we ended up putting it back, but it ended up going over $22, $23. And I bought it around $5, $6, $7. While I was getting 8%, now they cut their dividends, so it's not a stock that I would say go buy, but even at $9, $10 today, G's not going anywhere, it could be another, you know, opportunity to buy. But that's really, you know, communication is so key during times, so good times and bad times, and that's one thing that, you know, anywhere out there listening, you know, you should really get to know your broker, you know, see where he was during those downturns.
True.
You know, see if he was in the business, because that will shake a lot of people up, and I got to see a lot of people's character, and that's what really comes down to, you know, when you're dealing with somebody.
Right.
You know, forget what they're driving, watches
Right,
they have,
right.
look at their character when they're working with your money.
Right.
I don't care if you went to Harvard or if you didn't, I didn't go obviously, but one thing that I know for me.
You sound like you went to Harvard.
Yeah, thank you, see how it's such, yeah, so.
Erez got that
Polished.
Olive Oil voice, man.
Yeah, right.
He doesn't say, oh, like me, I'm like, this, that, you're like,
No, at all, but, yeah, that's, you know, you don't really wanna look at that, because, you know, I was raised by my grandmother, she was from the old country of Russia, you know, and that was a communist regime, and, you know, it was waiting in line, so when she came to America with my mom and my father, you know, I saw how hard she worked in New York, she used to take care of rabbis, you guys know what those are, right?
Of course,
yes,
yeah.
So, you know, the older ones, so she was in the healthcare field, and she would come home at 3, 4 in the morning, you know, after taking care of them, and, you know, she'd put her money away, you know, take care of the house, cook, clean, but I just saw, like, how hard it was to make money, you know, and the value of money. And I saw that, you know, it's not easy to make.
That's not.
And we have an opportunity
You
to
gotta
do so, you know, you wanna make sure, you know, you do it right, and you just don't go spend it on anything, and that's how I was raised, so I know the value of money, how hard it is to make. So
Absolutely.
when I'm dealing with my clients, it's not just, and look, everybody has their own risk tolerance, you know, and so if someone came up to me and they you know, wanted to be a little more risky, there's certain ways we could do it and diversify and do that, but for me, I'm, just by nature, I'm conservative, because I know how hard it is to make that money.
Yeah.
And that's what you have to look for when you find somebody, just because he's driving, like, there's a reason why he might be driving that fancy car and has
Right.
everything, that could be your money.
Right.
So I just, you know,
Yeah.
I don't wanna be negative or
Reminds
something
me
like
of like
that.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Right, right, really look, you know, find the character of that person, you know, really dive deep, and get to know the person before you make a decision to work with them.
Absolutely. I had, you know, I have people that come on the show that are guests that tell me their story. I'm very interested in hearing successful people's stories, how they started out, where they were before they were successful. And it really is it all stems from pretty much the same thing. They worked their asses off. They had something that they believed in. They may have been told by other people, you're crazy, I don't know why you're doing this, blah, blah, blah. And they have a vision and they continue to work as hard as possible. They work harder than anybody in their industry. That's their mentality. And then everything, you know, then their story unfolds after that. And it's pretty amazing. But the you know, laying down the pavement,
Foundation.
that foundation, that's the hardest work right there.
That's it.
Once you get that foundation down, everything else kind of is a little bit easier, you know?
It's a shaky foundation, it's not gonna stand.
It's never gonna stand.
And I don't care, that's with everything, you know what I mean, so don't, you know, you really gotta know the people that you're dealing with, it's so important, you know, and that's another thing about Ameriprise, is, you know, we're held accountable. Where in other firms, you know, you can open an account with me and then we'll talk to you maybe once a year. I've seen it happen. At Ameriprise, we have a financial plan, that's a deliverable plan, meaning every 3 months, we're gonna go over those 4 principles, which I didn't get into too much now, but looking at your essentials, updating any changes to your work, debt, everything, update that, look at your lifestyle needs, you know, preparing for the unexpected, insurance needs, and your retirement accounts, and then the last thing is leaving a legacy. That's basically making sure when it comes
Your
time.
family's taken care of.
Right, and everything's in order too, you have that will, you have that trust, you know, everything's in order.
Yeah.
And that's something we assist people with, so, you know, every 3 months, that's something that, it's mandatory.
That's
You have
what
to
I'm
go over
saying.
all of that. And go over the
You
performance
can't
improvement.
bring the money with you. You can't, I mean, you can, but, well, you know, someone's gonna dig you up. So listen, leave a legacy, like the man says.
Right.
And speaking of legacies, cross-country mortgage, I gotta talk about it, I'm a big sponsor. The reason why we're here, cross-country mortgages. You wanna talk about
Number one.
calling and texting and getting responses? They will respond. They're here from 8 to 9 p.m. 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week. It's right there on the sign. If you can't see the phone number there, it's 561-864-2458. I mean, look, these guys are great. I've dealt with them when I purchased my home. They had me closed in 12 days. Frank Cristiano and Matt Weaver, they run the show here. They're excellent. I mean, it's a beautiful place. It really is. They really put the time and effort. There's still people here. There's still people here.
8 p.m.
See that? That's
It's
incredible.
8 o'clock, 7:59, but it's gonna be 8. They're still
She's
here.
always here.
Yeah, Monica's great. Monica is the hardest worker in the room, man.
First one in, last one out, huh?
She's pleasant and she's sweet as pie.
Maybe I can have her come work for me. I'm just kidding.
See, she's on the show. Grown people now.
Just joking. No, I'm
Erez,
not.
man. But it's a great place. You got to do it. I've always compared buying your first home because they, these FHAs, it's as little as 3% down, and you're able to be a homeowner. They're getting people approved. So if you are interested in buying a home or you're scared, check them out. I always say, first time home buyer process is a lot like having sex for the first time because of all the nerves. A lot like having your first drink. What else can I compare it to? First time for what?
Like I
Driving.
said,
First
I
time.
backed off. I'm not even gonna say what I was.
Say it. You can say whatever you
No,
want
I'm
on
just
the
kidding.
show. Smoking the old ganj, for the first
Yeah,
time.
there's-
You like this?
Don't
you
go back,
know,
there's no
all
limits on the
this,
show.
You know what
man.
I'm saying? So,
Say whatever's on your mind.
it could be any of those. So, if you want to smoke some ganj, 561-864-2458. If you want to smoke ganj with Frank, I'm sorry, Frank. I can't remember your phone number right now, but you could go to the last episode. I did say his phone number last episode.
Oh,
Well, we'll give a shout out to Frank later on with his phone number and information. Cross country, hit him up. And so this week, social media. Thank you for joining in on this conversation as well. Man who stabbed bus passenger offended by people who sit with their legs crossed. I love it.
Ridiculous.
wait. Do that one more time. What did he do?
So basically this guy, this happened in Jakarta.
Jakarta.
Okay.
Okay. Indonesia, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Is it Indonesia, Jakarta? I don't know, I'm a geographically challenged, but,
Sure, let's go ahead.
Jakarta,
Sure.
Indonesia.
Okay.
Sure.
The guy's name, he's like Madonna, I guess, his name was Surderman, that's it, Surderman. He stabbed a 29-year-old passenger who had his legs crossed. He said he was highly offended by the leg crossing and decided to stab him in the thigh. Surderman said he heard a voice tell him that the man next to him is insulting him, so therefore he stabbed him.
So it's a good reason.
He's very, very offended by leg crossing.
You better watch that leg crossing.
Ooh. Here we go again. I mean, social media, people getting offended. It's escalating, folks. It's escalating very high. Stabbing. I mean, I've had some bad experiences on bus rides before.
Yeah.
People smell. Maybe a bum gets on. Uncomfortable.
Bus. New York?
New York. Yeah.
You're not gonna do the subway.
I
Wow.
don't think I've ever ridden the bus.
Really?
Never
I
ridden
used
the
to love
bus.
going on the Iron Horse, man.
Yeah.
I'll take the train. I've never ridden the
The
bus.
train's a whole nother
I
story.
did a
That's
Greyhound
nice.
though, one time to Sanibel Island to visit a girlfriend. And wasn't a bad experience, but the train is.
Well, the Greyhound's different, because
Yeah.
that's not public
That's not
transportation.
okay, yeah.
These animals ain't paying. You know what I'm saying?
I wanna get my leg stabbed, so.
I mean, who's going to Jakarta these days anyway,
action.
you know?
Jakarta, New York, I'm sure it'll happen there too.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure it has happened. We're only getting these stories. that are
Right,
coming
I'm
through.
sure that happens on the subway, you've been on the subway.
But bro, what do you do? Yeah, I've been on the subway before.
I stepped on someone's shoe when I was there a couple months ago, and that was,
Oh,
Like, broke
it was
out.
a nice velvet red shoe, I get it. And I had to apologize, these were nice shoes. This guy was pissed,
What do you expect?
and we were all stuffed, like,
Yeah,
Right,
it
so
was
fly on the
sardines.
subway.
I didn't know,
Yeah,
It's like
you know,
10 pounds of shit in a
Right.
5-pound bag.
you got it. And I'm like, look, I didn't mean to do it, I apologize, you know what I mean? And he just huffing and puffing. Still, at the end, he finally was like, all
Like,
right,
put
all
some
right.
plastic bags on those
Right.
fucking shoes.
Don't wear them.
Yeah, don't wear them yourself. Put them in your
Right.
backpack.
Velvet red.
Don't wear them, take the subway.
Velvet red.
Don't step on my blue suede.
Yeah, I've been on I've done plenty of subway rides when I lived in New York, and recently when I visited as well, It's crazy, man. You know, you never know what you're gonna get down there. You never know what you're gonna get.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
love
yeah,
it.
the traveling is very good.
Would you say public transportation in New York is one of the best? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, for all the obstacles, if you from New York,
yeah.
from all the obstacles that you do deal with from time to time, let's compare it to a place like Florida.
When I first came down here,
You
like,
mean-
I was surprised, like, nobody takes the train, like, how do you guys drive everywhere, like,
There's skeletons in the bus stops.
yeah, like,
They've been waiting a long
like,
time.
how does the train work here, like, don't you guys, like,
What do we have now, Bright Line?
Yeah, Bright Line.
Bright Line?
Oh, by the way, we were talking about going to a Miami Marlin game on the Bright Line.
yeah,
I looked up the prices, they're right in mine.
how much are they?
It's like, the cheapest is $25 to go and then another 25 back.
Take the tri-rail.
But then,
Yeah, why would you take the, what's the difference between Bright Line and Tri-Rail?
Bright Line's like the fast, like, super fast.
Oh.
And then those are the ones, like, the idiots try to beat the train and they get killed by the train,
So
and they blame it on
$25.
Bright Line.
Oh.
The train didn't go off the track and hit you, like,
Right.
you try to beat the train when it's going really fast.
a lot of gems. I
So
call them
25
gems.
bucks to get
Yeah,
down?
but actually, there's a pretty good deal if you're really looking at, you
So
know,
basically, like, you look at
gamble a
50
little
bucks, like, if the tickets,
I
the malls
think
give you.
$40 each way will get you, drinks as well included.
Oh, yeah?
And some food.
Can I just bring my own drink and go on tri-rail?
You can do that too.
Yeah.
It's wrong for bag, like, we used to do like the Long
You're
Island
still
Railroad.
gonna take me a friggin' hour to get to Miami, you know, there's no cutting around it.
Yeah, that's a nice thing, though, you get away, get around the traffic.
No traffic, the
Right,
parking.
and
is
the tickets,
over
no
there.
one wants to see them all, let's make the tickets like $10.
That's true, if I get it for free.
They would give you the
Nine
tickets.
people in there.
Yeah,
What,
That's
is-
the extra hard.
Doesn't Jeter own it?
yeah.
Yeah.
What's he doing, Jeter?
He's rebuilding the entire team.
It seems like in Florida, like I've been here for a while, like
Yeah.
as soon as we have a good team, what do we do?
Yeah.
Let's
We got,
Yeah, it's you
You
know,
know, do the same thing, right?
Isaiah did it, and then
Yeah.
Samson did
yeah,
it.
there's a lot of issues with
Is that the way baseball is? I don't know.
Not really, just that's just
Just-
Orleans.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're in a state where, well, college football's pretty amazing down here.
So is baseball, the Hurricanes are really good. I think they're
Yeah,
really good.
yeah, no, I think but
Gators.
when you get to the professional level,
Sure.
it just changes for some reason down here.
Yeah, people have very fickle fan base down there.
That's so sad.
They don't care.
I've been
Like,
best
they-
players in the
they-
freaking
they
country,
heat, like,
man.
look at the Heat when LeBron was there, it was the hottest ticket in town, LeBron leaves and
That's
nobody
true.
cares anymore.
Basketball, Heat, yeah, well, front runners, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, front runners, man. I remember when Pat Riley was coaching the Heat.
right,
And when the Knicks, well, back when I actually liked basketball, I used to watch the Knicks.
that's
That
right.
was a great rivalry.
The Heat and Knicks got in a fight, and
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Van Gundy grabbed Alonzo Mourning's leg,
Those are some rivalries.
those are great.
Oh, yeah.
Knicks and Bulls was a good one.
Oh, Pacers Bulls, yeah. How about Pacers with Reggie
Yeah.
Miller?
Choke
He was
side.
talking shit.
Oh,
to
that guy could
everybody.
back it up. You can talk the shit, you gotta back it
Dropped
up.
three
He
right
did,
yeah.
fights.
In a row.
Yeah,
So
Paul,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul against Spike Lee.
Yeah, boy, it's Mike Lee. Too funny, man. How about this shit? Remember that show Full House?
Right.
You heard what's going on?
And Becky.
Aunt Becky. Not nice, Aunt Becky. Not nice. Not nice. So if anybody's been living under that rock, Full House actress Lori Loughlin accused in college scandal and posted a $1 million bond.
Oh, she posted it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So is this a federal?
Federal.
It's federal.
So she can see time?
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely,
she's probably going to
yeah.
jail.
For
There's
real?
quite
Yeah.
a bit going on
Her
here.
and Felicity Huffman.
Yeah, Felicity Hoffman got it, and her husband also, what's his name? The Italian guy? Massimo, whatever. He's got tons of cash, so basically, USC was the school of choice,
Right.
and in order to get
Of course.
to USC, you know, you gotta have really good grades, you gotta be a good student,
Or be on the
Or
road
be-
team,
or be
or
rich.
be on the crew team.
which you don't even
Right.
Right, so these kids knew nothing about crew, but somehow videos of them crewing popped up, pictures popped
She
up.
said, like, the daughter said, like, she doesn't even wanna go to school, she just wants to go for the parties and the football games.
So
So
they
I'm
s-
not gonna go to class, I just wanna go to the parties and go to the football game.
So that kid tells you that, and you go ahead and spend $500,000 to get the kid into a college.
Guys, that's the foundation we're talking about.
Yeah.
Where is the foundation, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's
So
really sad.
Aunt Becky, she's gonna go. What I like to say, Aunt Becky's going from Full House to the Big House. Yeah, I just popped it off the dome. Aunt Becky, Aunt Becky, not very nice. Uncle Jesse can't bail you out of this one.
She's still hot, though.
Yeah, she is.
She's gorgeous.
So is her
man.
daughter.
She's beautiful.
You know,
It's
so-
too bad that pretty smile's gonna be behind bars. But who knows? You know,
Yeah.
I'm very skeptical of anything that involves very wealthy people in Hollywood. because they seem to,
It's corrupt.
minus Bill Cosby, well, he's probably chilling out anyway in there.
I think he likes it, he said.
Yeah, I think they said
I'm
they
sure
liked it.
Yeah, apparently he walks backwards all over jail. I don't know why, I don't know.
What did you say his nickname was?
His nickname in prison is Puddin'.
Puddin'?
So, yeah, and it's probably getting pushed in.
Oh, Joe.
It probably is.
He went there, people.
Yeah, we go.
Well, he goes to every episode.
So,
No.
so basically, yeah, she faces criminal charges, possible jail time. Also fired from Hallmark Channel and Fuller House season 5. Fired.
Now, you heard she was on the boat of the is it
USC.
USC, I guess the president, I don't know, someone at the top there, she was on his boat when this all occurred. And I don't know if this is a rumor or I've heard on the radio, I don't know where I got it, but apparently they sent a chopper, like where she was out in the ocean, wherever she was, and they grabbed her
Oh,
and brought her back in.
Whoa.
Yeah, so,
Whoa, what a way to get.
Yeah.
What
I guess
a
make
way.
sure she's run away.
or whatever it is, you know, they're
Peeling
the hell out.
out the friggin'
Yeah,
box or
she's like, I'm
something.
getting out of here. You
Yeah.
can't extradite me.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow. No wonder they sent the check.
She'll write a book or movie rights and she'll be just fine.
I don't think, yeah.
Noah's porn.
Hopefully for her daughter.
For all of them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the whole family.
That's a full house. That's a full house.
What could you name that porno?
There's gotta be full house show in there somewhere.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
There's gotta be full house show.
there's gotta be a full house.
There's gotta be a
show.
full house show in there.
We'll think of one.
Yeah,
We'll have to think of one. Yeah.
Usually it comes pretty fast. Oh!
That's what she said.
2 seconds, people.
Speaking of, while we're on subject, woman suffers severe allergic reaction to partner's medication after giving oral sex.
Yeah. Now they have an excuse.
There's
Get to work.
There's truth.
Best job in the
So,
world.
a medication that he's taking,
Apparently, he took, I tried getting the whole
or
story here.
tropical medication?
This is from Spain. It's coming in from Spain. 31-year-old woman showed up to a hospital in Spain with hives, difficulty breathing, and vomiting. Apparently, she gave this guy a blowjob, and
Every excuse for the doctor not to do it.
she took a medication. The medication that he took apparently came out of the semen. I guess I don't know how that works.
Yeah, she swallowed or something and,
She swallowed it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Water.
So
It tastes like water? I eat that pineapple, people.
dude,
So,
she got. Yeah,
what was her reaction?
she had hives, difficulty breathing, and vomiting from allergic reaction from the medication. So
That usually
apparently,
happens with.
Maybe she just realized like who she
When
was
you're
swallowing.
When I was with a chick, that's usually what happens. Hives.
what medicine do you take?
She's not allergic, she's,
Maybe she realized like what the guy looked like and
yeah,
started vomiting.
that's what happened.
Oh,
It's happened to me, so.
I don't know. Taking medication. So if somebody takes drugs and then gets a blowjob, then the person's gonna get high that gave him the blowjob. How's that work? Experiment.
I'm not sure.
Homework for our listeners.
You gotta ask a chick. I don't know how
Homework
that
for our
works.
listeners.
Do we take calls?
Try some. Actually, I'm rolling out that,
I like that.
very soon. Yeah, we're gonna
I
have.
want to hear what people would say.
I'm
about
a
that.
one-man show here. I can't do it all, but
Yeah.
I am doing it all, and
Okay.
one day at a time.
Could it happen? Or could you get high off?
I'm curious. Homework people, reach out to us on Facebook Live or
Email.
whatever. We're live now, so if you're watching, can you? Is it possible? If we don't know, or if you don't know, try it.
Let us know.
Let us know. Love to talk about it on the show. I think it would be great.
Come on the show and let us know.
Send videos.
Yeah. That too.
So then
That's
we got,
wild,
how
man.
about this?
Yeah.
Since we're on penis subject, unlicensed gun owner accidentally shoots himself in the penis.
Nice.
You want to tell me about this, right?
I don't know, was I?
I think you would
Yeah.
want to tell me about this one. He shot himself in the dick.
What, a pistol or?
I don't know how
Had
to
it in
gun
his
was.
pants or something?
Yeah, he was, idiot Mark Anthony Jones, 46 years old of Marion, Indiana, told police he accidentally shot himself in the penis when the gun slipped from his pants while on his morning walk. So,
It's very important to carry your gun in your morning walk.
and here's the
The kicker?
kicker.
Yeah.
might be getting criminal charges because he didn't have a license.
Wait,
Nice.
what's that football player in New York?
Yeah,
Oh,
Pastores.
that's it.
Yeah, he also
He
carries gun in his sweatpants into a club.
he had time.
Then
He
what
had
off?
time.
Yeah.
Now, what state was this in?
Indiana.
I don't know how their gun laws are over there though.
Oh, man, that's
I don't
rough,
know.
because there's a lot of, incest going on over there. So I'm sure the rules change every other day.
New
I
York,
don't know. I don't-
California, the guy'd probably be in jail.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know exactly what's happening, but, you know, he may be getting a criminal charge, I'm sure he will.
Alright, the real thing is
Yeah.
is it working,
It's,
or is it,
I mean, I don't know, if you shoot yourself in the penis,
Again, if you guys wanna try it, let us know.
I mean, what's the guy that got his thing sliced off?
John Wayne Bobbitt.
yeah,
Didn't he do porn after? That's
Yeah,
not good work.
he did.
There's good doctors out there,
Implants.
where this guy is.
yeah. Plastic surgery, we have, you know what, I'll reach out, maybe for an episode. We'll have a plastic surgeon come on,
That's a good one.
talk about,
That's the one.
penile implants. How does that work?
You know that guy died?
Maybe we'll have.
Did you read that story last week? Huge diamond dealer, very rich, well known. Had surgery, had penile enlargement surgery, and on the
Huh.
table,
No kidding.
died.
It's not worth it, guys. If you got a little schmeckle, you got a little
Right.
schmeckle.
Buy a Corvette, man. Budget that money, people.
Well, that's it. Erez, one
Yeah.
more time. How can our listeners contact you?
Again, if you go on to Ameriprise.com, put in Erez Libschtein, you'll find me right there. Or just put my name, if you put my name in Google, it'll show up on Ameriprise.
Boy, shows up just by putting his name in Google.
Or
Big.
I give my phone number out, but I don't know if that's.
Yeah, absolutely.
561-376-3913.
And it's not for people in Florida, it's countrywide.
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 International.
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 So if you're in
22
Canada,
years. Tell them.
20, if you're in Canada and you need financial advice, you wanna call Erez.
Come on.
Anything you need, doesn't matter, you could be in Spain and swallowing semen. When you're done, call Erez.
Was that the Indonesian, that little?
That too.
Jakarta?
When you're done stabbing people in the leg, call Erez.
Jakarta, whatever you want.
If you're paying off colleges, call Erez.
Right.
You'll definitely need to call
Right.
Erez for that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Lori, if you're listening, call Erez.
Actually, her husband is listening to the show. I check the
Awesome.
analytics.
Massimo.
Amazing.
I check the analytics. Her husband listens to. No, I'm just kidding. He listens to that. That's my ongoing joke. You never know. You never know. Please continue to like and follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram at A Guy Think Podcast, Twitter at A Guy Think Pod, YouTube, obviously this channel you're watching right now, A Guy Think Podcast YouTube, mailbag at A Guy Think Podcast at gmail.com, voicemail 856-441-6386. We're going to be rolling out the live calls very soon. I do apologize. Keep the mailbags coming. We're gonna do probably one episode just on mailbags.
That'd be fun.
I think we'll do something like that so you all can be heard. So my apologies. Website, aguythinkpodcast.com. Click subscribe. It's 2 clicks to subscribe to the show. That's how easy I made it. You go to our website, you click subscribe, and it actually will tell you, based on your phone service, what's the best app to use to listen to our show. So it's really cool. Rate us 5 stars on Apple iTunes. It really helps us grow the show. Next show is going to be, I forgot to write that part down. I don't know. We'll have to stay tuned on that one. I can't think right now. What's on the next show?
Instagram
The
about it.
28th. I am working on something for the 28th, though, March 28th, so stay tuned. If not, I believe the show is going to be April 1st with country music singer Alex Butler. Check him out. He's from Tennessee. He's coming down to Florida to do a big show. He's going to be on A Guy Think Podcast, and he's going to be live at Tin Roof on Delray and Atlantic Avenue.
Cool.
Check that out. So, Erez, thank you again for being
Thank
on the
you,
show,
Joe.
my friend.
Thanks for the opportunity, man.
Absolutely.
I had such a great time. I look forward to a next time.
Absolutely.
Hopefully I
Yeah.
didn't do so bad.
No, you did excellent.
Great.
Absolutely. Jared, thank you, my friend,
Jared,
for coming on the show.
Jared,
It's been a goddamn blast tonight, everybody. Have a great night, guys.
you done?
Yeah, we're done, man. I'll turn this live off right now. They got enough of us for one night. That's it. $1 bill.